Hey dudes, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing like this glam-ish everyday look. So like my everyday look, but if I were like trying to look real good. Okay, so I'm putting on my horns and I'm going to moisturize my face and I'll get right back to you. Okay, so my doctor just gave me the Zit Cream stuff and it's freaking rad-tastic. So I have a piece of advice for your little souls. If you have acne, even if it's not like horrible, but it's really bugging you, just be like, hey dude, I really don't like this. And then he'll be like, okay man, and then he'll help you out. Hopefully, that's what my doctor did, so. Okay, so I just moisturized with Mary Kay. Now I'm going to use e.l.f. Complete opposite spectrum. This is the mineral infused primer. And I use my fingers for this stuff because I like how it feels, so. And mainly, I use it mainly on my nose and where I get acne, so it can fill in my pores. Oh, the snot. Okay. Whew. Okay, so now I'm going to take my beauty blender, and I'm using Stay Matte by Rimmel London, and I'm using the lightest color, I think, Light Ivory, because I'm very white. And I'm going to put this all over my face, like a person normally would. And I use the big side for the mass majority of my face. And then when I get to my concealer, I usually use the other side or just my finger. Usually my finger works better for concealer. I know you're like supposed to use brushes for everything, but I think the finger works better anyway. So, okay, now I'm going to be using this Clinique Touch Tint for Eyes for a highlighter, but I add highlighter later, but I just like to use this to add a little bit of glow. And this also works better when you use your finger because this is 57,000, I can't speak, 57,000 years old, so it's really, like, probably shouldn't be putting it on my face, but I like it, so I'm using it. Okay, and then after this, I'm going to be putting concealer all over my eyeballs and all over my things. But my foundation covered my acne on my face pretty well. So, this is falling off. So I'll mostly just be doing my under eyes. I also have this color correcting thing that I got, and it's like, it's not like Urban Decay or anything. It's literally like the cheapest thing you can get at Walmart, like from the toy things for the kids. But I've used it a couple times, and it's kind of rad. But I only use like one color, so I don't know. I mean, I think that's a cool thing to test out. Use that to test out and see what color you need before you go spend like $30 on a little bottle at Ulta or whatever, or Sephora. So that's my recommendation. So I'm just patting this into my skin and then using some of it on the top lid as a first primer, and I'm going to prime my eyelids again in a minute. That was weird. Okay. So whenever you also do your concealer, you need to also make sure, also, all the words, put it on your brow bone, and it'll make your brow bone look a little better too, and a little more highlighted. Okay, so now I'm using Too Faced Shadow Insurance, the Anti-Crease Eyeshadow Primer. And then, I don't know, I like primer, but I don't usually use this. I usually just do concealer and setting powder over my eyes and my whole face. But I want to look hot all day, so I'm using this today. And you can also use a setting spray at the end too. If you really want everything to stay, use primer and setting powder and setting spray. Okay, now I'm setting my face with the Airspun loose face powder. It's like $6 at Walmart. It smells like old ladies, and I love it, so. I'm using just a powdery brush that you'd usually use for like blush or something, but I use it for this. It works really nice and well. So I'm putting powder over my primer. I know not everyone does that. I know a lot of people do primer after they do their powder, but like my biggest fear is my makeup clumping up from putting moisture stuff on powder. So I choose not to do that. You want to really make sure that you get your under eyes and your on top of your eyes really well with the powder first, usually, so it doesn't set and be creasy. So that's what you want to do first. Okay, so I'm done setting. Oh, I got powder all over my hand. Okay, So now I'm going to do highlight. So pick out your favorite highlighter. I'm using a fan brush. I know that James Charles hates fan brushes, but I use them and they usually don't work because he's always right, you know. Well, not always, but you know. So I'm using that and just putting it right here, and then I'm going to put a little on top right under my brow bone. And this highlighter I'm using is just like one from Ulta that's was in a big package and I cut it out. So, and I don't like using a lot of highlighter because I don't like looking very shiny. A lot of people put a lot on their nose and then their nose looks really oily and I'm like, ooh, because I mean a little is okay, but then too much just isn't good. So after this, we're gonna do contour. So for contour, I'm using this Tarte palette, and I use this brown color over here, and I'm using just this little brush that I got from H&M, literally H&M, and I'm going to contour. I don't contour a lot, just enough to kind of pinch my face. And you want to do that right under where you did your highlight. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to do highlight like after all of this stuff, but oh well. I usually use bronzer. I don't always use the contour color. Usually in the winter I use the contour color, in the summer I use the bronzer color. So let me find my bronzer color. I don't know, it's gonna take a second. Let me find it. Okay, so I'm gonna be using the same brush and use a what was I saying? Bronzer color. And I know that like this is a cheap bronzer and I don't really care, but it's from Too Faced, which means fancy, right? Because it's more expensive. Is that what it's supposed to be? Okay, so I'm bronzing my face. You're not really supposed to bronze down here, so I try not to do that much. I know I just did that, but oh well. And I usually try to bronze my nose, and I know that people don't bronze their noses, but when you're in the sun, your nose gets the most bronze because it's right there. You know what I'm saying? So when your nose is freaking white and the rest of your face is bronze, it doesn't look right, man. Bronze, I mean tan. Okay. And then the blush color is on the same palette, and I use just the same brush. I just brush it off a little. And then put just a little dinky bit. And my mom, I was trying to help her pick out blushes yesterday in Ulta, and she was like wanting the dark reds, and I'm like, no mom, you gotta use a light pinky pink, and just use a little just to make you look a little flushed and a little alive. And that's all you gotta do. All you gotta do, man. Okay, so what's after this? Eyebrows, my least favorite. So this is one of my new items. It's the Goof Proof Brow Pencil by Benefit, which I'm going to goof up, even though it's goof proof. Oh yeah, I got a spoolie through it. Where's my spoolie? Spoolie, here's the sort of spoolie. Okay, so I'm brushing through my hairs, and the lady there said to do her bottom line first, and then do the tail. She does the tail. She said you don't have to, but that's what she does. She does the tail first, and then she fills it in, like, from the front and everything. So, let's see. Oh, gosh, I've already messed it up. Okay. How the heck? I messed it up already. Okay. I'm going to be ignoring her tail, her line thing, because I already messed it up. Okay, and then she did a little bit in the front, just like this, by doing this. And then a little on top. Did I do it? I don't know. It looks a little darker. Okay, so now I'm going to do this one. Okay, you guys know how to do your brows. Guys, the lady at Sephora did way better at me. Not Sephora, at Ulta. She did way better than I did. But they look fine. And my eyebrows always look goofy, so oh well. Because they're so freaking white. Everyone makes fun of me, and I'm like, dude, I can't do anything about it. And if I dye them, then I'll just look even more goofy. Everyone's gonna be like, why'd you dye your eyebrows? And I'm like, because I wanted to, you freaking crap face. Okay, so, eyeshadow. So I got these fun brushes for Christmas, and I love them to bits and pieces. I'm wearing a black and white dress today, which means I can do whatever color I want. So I'm probably just going to do brown, because that's what I always do. So I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance. These are my favorite palettes in the universe. The only thing I don't love about them is they pick up a lot of product, and I don't like that at all. So I'm using this color, which is Warm Taupe. You cannot even see on the brush. And I'm putting it basically all over my lid, but mostly just in my crease, because that's what I always do. But mainly focus all over your lid for your transition shade and above up here. So, I'm going to do it to my other side. So I went to Ulta yesterday and I bought 2 products. I bought that mini brow thing, and then I bought some stuff from NYX because NYX is cheap and it works great. Well, it works good. I just love it. Like, I love makeup, but I'm not about to spend $30 freaking on an eyeliner. Like, what? So, okay. So I'm pretty, yeah, it looks fine. Okay. So that's what that looks like. Now I'm going to be using this Cypress Umber, which is just a dark brown right up here. And I'm going to be using that, the same brush, because I love, okay, I know you're supposed to use different brushes. I know. I understand. But this one is a super awesome blendy brush, and it makes my eyeshadow just look flawless all the time. And they have one of these, e.l.f. has one of these brushes, and it works awesome as well. And it's only, I think, I got mine at the Dollar Tree, the actual Dollar Tree, and it works awesome. So if you need a makeup brush and you don't want to spend $30 on one, then go and get some e.l.f. brushes, because they work just fine. Okay, this one's way darker than this one, so I need to add a little more. So my eyeshadow is based mainly in my crease. So on my lid, I like to do a little bit of a shiny thing. Okay, this one looks darker, but it's actually the same color. I'll show you in a minute. So I'm going to be using, what color should I use? Let's use Antique Bronze, which is like a burgundy kind of color. And I'm going to use that on my outside, right over here, with my finger, because the shiny ones don't usually work well with brushes. So if you have glittery eyeshadow, I recommend just using your finger and rubbing it or packing it on. But, I mean, if you pack it on, it's probably not gonna, like, stay very long. So I recommend, like, rubbing it and getting it in there. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then I do a little bit up in the front part of my eyeball. Like that with my finger. Just a teeny baby bit, so there's a little bit of shadow up there. And then your eyeball looks kind of weird and funky in the middle, so you need to make sure that that is covered, but not completely, because you were going to put highlight there anyway. So, this is what I look like. Goofy, I know. So now I'm going to be using Primavera, which is a golden color, golden highlighter color, and put that right on the middle. Da-na-na-na-na. I'm using my finger again because it's a golden color. Okay, I know it looks goofy right now. Trust me, I know. But when we blend it in a little and put our eyeliner on and eyelashes on, it'll look fine. So now I'm using Vermeer, which is another highlighter color. So I'm putting that right here in the, I don't know what it's called, that one part of your eyeball. And then right above my eyebrow for a little bit more highlight. I told my mom that's what you're supposed to do, and she goes, no. And I'm like, yeah, trust me. I watch all these makeup videos on YouTube. I'm smarter than you. Just kidding. I didn't say that. But I kind of felt like it. Okay, so she looks fine. Now I get to use a new product I got, which is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner Tracer Liquide Matte. I don't know. And I haven't used this. I haven't opened it completely up yet. So, probably going to do one on here, maybe, if I can actually get it. And this is hard to open, and I'm afraid it's going to, like, plop everywhere. Okay. Oh, this is cheap. Dang it. Oh, well. Worth a try. Let's get another little dollop. Okay. So, you line the bottom. I always line the bottom first. A lot of people do the wing first, but I like to do the bottom first on both eyes. And then in the front, you don't want You don't want a super sharp line, so you just kind of fade off in the front. And then my antlers are falling. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to line my other eye on the bottom. This is the worst. Do you guys love my quality content of me just staring at myself? Okay. Okay, I'm also not going to talk during the wing part. I don't always do a wing. Usually if I use liquid liner, I don't do a wing, just so you know. That look good? Oh gosh, no it doesn't actually. Dang it! I messed it up! Y'all, it's not coming off. Okay, I'm gonna have to go for it. Okay, so for that I use a spit trick. I know it's gross. I put spit on this and it worked. Okay, I'm not doing a wing because I freaking hate them and I'm so bad at them. So I'm not doing one. I freaking deny. Okay. What am I doing now? Oh yeah, mascara. That's a thing I should do. So I'm using this one from Walmart. It's called the Falsies Volume Express from Maybelline, New York. And I use it all over my eyelashes. I do just a little on the bottom. Mascara is my favorite because I'm so blonde. So like, if I don't wear mascara, then I look insane. So there's that. And then I do a little bit on the bottom. Don't usually wear waterline eyeliner, just so you know. I look kind of orange, I found, I think. Like here. Oh, dang. I'm going to have to do that, fix that up. But, okay. So I don't curl my lashes. I just put them on upward, and then they don't usually look horrible. Okay. So now, lips. This is fun. My fun part. Okay. So I'm going to be using this little Rock Steady thing that is a free sample. And it's just a bright red. And I'm going to use that on a little lipstick thing. And just put it on. It doesn't have to look good right now. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my Melted Matte by Too Faced. I think this is Child Star. Yep. Put it on. Rub it in. Use your brush. Get the color you want. Okay, now I'm going to sharpen the edges and use this pointer brush. If you don't use these for your lips, you're doing it wrong. Oh, I was spitting. Ew. Okay. These pointer things make your lips look real good. Okay, let's look and see what we think about this. I need more Melted Matte because my lips are too red. They don't look that red in real life, just so you know. So I'm using my brush and going over it one more time. Okay, a little more. Okay, this one is a very boring color. Like I usually always mix this color with something else. Because it's so, like, skin color-y, you know? Okay, so I'm done with my face, I think. Okay, dudes. So, I did my things. I got my things done. My hair looks goofy, but that's okay. Look, it's my back. Okay. So, here's the sunlight. Look. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, please don't give it a thumbs down. Okay, thanks. Please like and subscribe. Goodbye!